And we are live. Sorry. I gotta do voices. Um, quick disclaimer that no one's gonna see. I've been breaking out. Done with disclaimers. That's gonna be annoying. Maybe not. I don't know. We're just waiting for people to show. As per usual. Minimal makeup today. As per usual. Wish my eyelashes would stay up. Hey! Hey, Manny. Hi, Clara? Is it Clara or Clara? um, yes, live stream. We're gonna have a story time, and I promised this a long time ago, and I didn't fulfill it, so I'm fulfilling it now. So do not hate me. um, I have been working hard. Yeah, I have only been gone for a week. I know. But still, okay. I am trying so hard to, hey Charlie. I've been trying so hard to kind of get back into the swing of filming and recording. And like, I've even like whipped out my camera again. I've been vlogging, even though I'm probably going to delete the footage that's on here because it's terrible and awful and just really bad. Like, it's very inconsistent. Yeah. So like, I think I'm going to just, I might not delete that because guess what? I got a Patreon. Yay! I finished setting up my Patreon. It is officially up. There are tiers. I got to figure out how to do like just like a donation thing. So like if you donate anything at all, like you get like access to things, you know? Like I just want you guys to like have access to like basic like unseen footage that I've never posted or something, or even just like have you guys like just have exclusive access to like um very embarrassing story times that I normally would not share. So um yeah, I gotta figure out how to do that. So once I figure out how to do that, that's gonna be available. um I'm actually quite impressed with myself how much I figured out how to like get all set up and everything on my own. It was all very self-explanatory actually. It was really easy. I was really impressed. Um but yeah, we're just at my desk today. I'm not on my computer. I'm still on my phone, but I don't know how to do the encoding things to live stream through YouTube on my computer. I can do it through my phone, not on my computer, and I don't know why, but that's okay. We're gonna just figure it out anyway at some point. Um, yeah, let's see. We got 4 people going. So that's cool. You're a smart girl. You got a charger for your phone. I do. It's over there. But my battery's okay right now. Oh, well, it was a minute ago. um, a while ago, it was like 70%, and I thought it was still at 70%, but it's at 54 now, so it's still good. It's fine. It's plenty of time. Um, but yeah, hey, Brianna, welcome. We're gonna go ahead and jump right in. Yeah, I will say it again for Brianna because she missed out on me explaining it, but I set up my Patreon. It's finally officially up and running, and there's tiers, and I'm gonna add more stuff and everything, so keep an eye out on that. Um, story time. Story time of me being kicked out of churches. There was more than one. There was three times I'd been kicked out. Okay, so a little bit of a backstory here. I grew up with my mom's side of the family being Southern Baptist Christian. Very hardcore people, very much Bible thumpers. And just in case if anybody isn't quite sure of the term Bible thumper, it's just basically people who like they recite the Bible, like they live by the Bible. They are very hardcore people. It's like all about Jesus. What did you summon in these churches? Honestly, I wanted to. I'm not gonna lie. There was one especially. It was the last church I was kicked out of. Um, and kicked out of, I mean, kind of loosely because it was just one of which in particular, the last story that I'll share. that one wasn't necessarily them kicking me out. It was more of like they put me in a situation where if I went, it wasn't going to be good. And if I showed up at all at any given point in time, it wasn't going to be good for me. And it was going to be very dangerous for me. And so I chose that I could not go. I just chose that it was not safe enough for me. But anyway, yeah, so I grew up very hardcore Baptist Christian. And I mean, my grandma's favorite TV show was Touched by an Angel, you know. I mean, she had a whole collection of precious moment figures, which are very, very Christian. Um, my first Bible that she gave me was a Precious Moments Bible, which I actually still have. It's right over here. I don't want to dig it out though. Uh, um, actually, no, it's right over here. Yeah, it's right there. I'll go ahead and dig it out for you guys. It's a really cute Bible. My grandma was super sweet. Can barely see it. Precious Moments Bible, and it's stained. Because I've had this for years when I was a kid. Oh yeah, see, my name, my grandma's name. It was, this Bible belongs to Sarah, presented by Grandma Molly. 97. That's when I got it. Oh my God. Read something from the Bible. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, and that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. John 3:16. I guess. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a long time. Anyway, just shoving that back there. Hope you guys don't see the fact that I'm wearing pajama pants still. Anyway, hi. So yeah, I grew up with my grandma taking me to church. Grew up with my mom taking me to church. It was always, especially like youth groups and everything. So I was always a part of those. And it got to a point where I was starting to get into, like, I guess you could say, like, the more like preteen, tween kind of a group, a youth group. Charlie says, a couple years ago, my grandmother, dad's stepmom, gave me a Mormon Bible. She didn't take, hold on. Oh, sorry. She didn't take too well to me no longer believing in God. Ooh, I actually have a Mormon Bible. I love it. I want a collection of all Bibles. That's my goal. But anyway, yeah, okay. When I started getting into, oh, you have four. Oh, wow. That's awesome though. Cause I'm not gonna make fun of Mormons or anybody who is Mormon. It's to each their own. I just personally find it a little absurd of a religion. That's just my personal opinion. Everybody has the right to believe what they want to believe though. But yeah, I'm one to talk. Oh, and they're all from her. Oh God. Oh man, I am so sorry, Charlie. That sucks. Yeah, so I I started questioning everything when I was about 8, 9 years old, I think. I just started noticing weird things when it came to the sermons. Like, I actually started paying attention to them. And I noticed that they were very contradicting. Very contradicting. And I was just like, why is he saying that when just like 5 minutes ago he was saying to not be that way? Yet he's boasting about how because he was just praising Jesus while doing it, he was fine. But wait, what? Like, I was just very confused. I was like, this doesn't make sense. And then I started going to my youth groups and everything, and they started getting really mean to me in particular. Everybody else was, teacher's pet, wonderful. They could do no wrong. I could do all the wrong. I couldn't do anything right. they would send us with like little packets to learn about the Ten Commandments, the Bible, certain verses that we had to memorize and even write out. Like they had us do ridiculous homework when I'm just sitting there, I'm like, I already have homework from school. I don't need homework from church too. Like this is a little absurd. And they were just like, if you believe in Jesus, you will do this. And I'm just like, fine. I didn't. I never did. I don't think I turned a single one in. So I just took it as like, this is just a thing we're doing, to just learn more about the Bible and learn it, that's more appropriate for our age group, right? And they're just like, no, you have to do the homework. Like, in order to be a part of this, you have to do the homework. And I asked my grandma, and she was just like, you don't have to do the homework. I mean, yeah, I would like you to. And yeah, I want you to be a part of this. So I would like to see that you do the work, but you don't have to do it. It's not graded. It's not school. Why are they telling you that? And I was just like, I don't know, but they're telling me that basically like I'm not welcome there unless I do the work. So my grandma talked to a friend of hers who was the mother of the lady that was in charge of the youth group. And, so they talked to them and calmed them down and told them like, look, they're kids and they also have school. You can't enforce them to do the work. Like they have their own homework, they have their own school projects that's more important than this. If they don't do it, don't get mad at them. So they calmed down on me for a while, but actually what they ended up doing was completely ignoring my existence. And like to the point where I remember like at one time, like I held my hand up to ask a question for a long time and they blatantly ignored me. Like they didn't even look at me. And I'm just sitting there. And so when they were like, okay, and then we're going to move on. And I was like, excuse me. Hi, I'm right here. Can you talk to me, please? I know you don't like me, but you don't have to ignore me. That's just rude. And they were like, they all just like had this look on their face of just like, what? Like, oh, Sarah, we weren't ignoring you. And I was just like, oh my God, kill these people. Hello, Lord 87. I'm hoping I say that right. Welcome. We just have a no tolerance policy to trolls. So just letting you know that. So as long as you're nice and wonderful here, we're going to be nice and wonderful to you as well. So, yeah, like I just got angry. From Franklin Richards in the Fantastic Four. Oh, awesome. That's cool. Okay, yeah, I get that. That's cool. Another nerd. Yay. We welcome nerds here. We are all nerds. We're all very awkward too. Which I'm sharing my awkward stories right now. So yeah, I was angry because they blatantly ignored me, like just straight up, like looked right past me, looked to the other side of me, and I was like, hi, I have my hand up. Look at me. You are rude. Yeah, just as awkward as well. Yes, exactly. So then came, I remember there was this one packet in particular. Go away, child of mine. I am busy. Sorry. Nope. And anyway, sorry. My kids know that I'm doing this, and yet they constantly like, ugh, anyway. They're fine, I promise. Like my mom is out there watching them for me. So anyway, I remember this packet that had us memorize what the 10 commandments were and the order that they were in. And I absolutely refused. I said no. And excuse me 1 second. I am so sorry for the interruption. I'm gonna handle this, I promise. Just 1 second. Go on. Annabella. No, I am busy. Nope. Come on, Dallas. What do you want to tell me? I am so sorry, guys. That's what you want to tell me? That's what you want to tell me? Are you serious? I knew it was going to be something minute. Can you please go with Oma? Thank you. Good girl. all of that, all of that was just for her to tell me, um, um, I'm bored. She's got an older sister. She's got all these devices, all these toys, and yet I'm bored. I think it's time for me to take away some devices. um, while kicked out of the church, I do consider myself as Catholic. However, it would be comparable to how Daredevil's beliefs are when it comes to church. I do believe, but I'm not diehard about it, but respect other people's beliefs. But I do not take it word for word either, as there is a lot of things I disagree with when it comes to the church and Bible. Absolutely. To a 5-year-old, everything is dire to them. Yeah, seriously. Oh my God. It's just like, no, I'm going to die if I don't tell you. And it's just like, I know that's how she's going to react. So I'm just like, go away, child. You're fine. You will find something to keep yourself busy with. Always. She always does. Because she'll be on her devices and then she'll get off of them and go play with toys and everything. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, kids are just. Anyway, yeah. So I was raised a Southern Baptist Christian. So that's the church that I was going to. Was very Southern Baptist, and so yeah. I just didn't want to do that work because to me, I'm like, the 10 Commandments are basically just about having good morals and being a good person. None of it really is anything of like, you have to memorize this, you have to know the order. And if you don't, you are not a good Christian. How dare you? So I was just like, no, I'm not going to do this. And plus, if I remember right, that was also around the time that I had a science project that I had to do for school that was due and everything that I had to get done. Dogma, yes, Dogma was so good. I love Dogma. Actually, that was the first movie that I saw Alan Rickman in, was Dogma. Anyway, so I didn't do the work, and I told them why. I had a science project. I remember the science project that I had to do, and I just remember that whole time of my life. um, it's not what you choose to believe in that is right, but as long as you believe and be a good person. Exactly. So, yeah, so like I didn't have any importance to that worksheet and everything. And I had my own schooling that I had to really be on top of that really mattered and everything. And so I go to the whole little church schooling youth group, whatever. And they look at my empty worksheet and they're all like, Sarah, you didn't even try. And I was like, yeah, I had a science project I had to do. That's way more important. And they were like, are you saying Jesus isn't important? And I was just like, yeah, when it comes to school, Jesus is not important. School comes first. I'm sorry. And they were just like, we really don't think you belong here. You don't take this as seriously as everybody else. And like there was this other girl, she was like little Miss Goody Two Shoes. She was like, I had a school project due as well, and I was able to complete both. And I was just like, good for you. No one asked, because no one cares. So sorry about the notifications. Oh wait, I don't know if you guys heard it, because I think no, I don't. I had my do not disturb on. Okay, sorry about that. I had my do not disturb on and I totally forgot that I turned it off. So I'm sorry about that. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. I just looked at her. I was like, good for you. I was like, I couldn't do that. So I looked back at the youth group leader and she just kept scowling at me. Just nasty, just mean. And she was like, our awards things are coming up next week. And I was just like, oh, okay, cool. And she was like, yeah, everybody's going to get an award, even you. And I was just like, okay. And she was just like, invite your friends, invite your family. But, if it were up to me, you wouldn't get one. And I was just like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, God, just a nasty person. And like she just took every chance to like take a shot at me. Like if she saw that like my hair looked a little greasy or something that day, she would just be like, "Do you ever wash your hair, Sarah? This is disgusting. You're so gross. You need to wash every day." And like there was another guy that like heard her like talking down to me like this, and he straight up went up to her and was like, "Why are you so mean to her? Why are you so nasty? You don't have to be that way. That's not God's way." Yeah, so loving and accepting. Um, oh, trust me, I wanted to. I hated that chick so bad. I don't even know why she was in charge at all for any reason because I think she was only like 17 and yet she was like in charge of a bunch of young kids and I was like, why is she in charge at all? Why isn't there like a real adult? Um, so I was really upset about like, just how she treated me and everything. And then the awards day came and it was like the worst day of my life. Um, Awards day came. My mom and my sister were there, and everybody that got an award was given a big round of applause. Oh, yay, they're so wonderful. And then my name was called. Nothing. No one. And so my sister, being very opinionated and obnoxious as she is, because she's my sister, we are related. It's what we do. I would have punched her and said that it was God's will. I wish. I was such a shy, scared little child though. Like I rarely ever spoke up for myself. Um yeah, so my sister just started going, "Whoa! Yeah, Sarah!" And then she looked right at them and she was like, "That's how you be supportive." And she sat down and my mom was just like, "I'm not gonna stop her." Like that was rude of you guys. Because like they even sat themselves away from me. Like they would not go near me. They wouldn't talk to me or anything. And yeah, it is the craziest thing because it's like that's so against being Christian, and yet they were just so nasty to me. So later that day, we all ended up in the huge like I forgot what it's called, but it's that room where all the sermons are in, where everybody gets together and all that stuff. So we were in there. We were just all hanging out because my grandma just had a choir calls them a cult. Yeah, very cult like. Um, but yeah, I remember being in there waiting for my grandma after her choir practice because they were getting ready for a concert, and I was just standing there waiting for my grandma to finish talking to a friend of hers, and this girl comes up to me, and she was one of the girls that was in the youth group. She was one I didn't really know very well though because she just always kind of kept to herself. So I don't know why they had her come up to me, but they did. She tapped me on the shoulder and I turned around and I was just like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And she was like, "Yeah, we don't want you a part of our group anymore. Like, nobody likes you, nobody wants you there, and I think it's best if you just actually don't even come to church anymore." And then she just, before I could say anything, she just turned around and walked back. And I watched her walk back. They were all standing in a group and they all just went, hmm, and then turned around and walked out of the church. All like a fucking click. I was so pissed. I was this close to screaming, like, "You are not Christian, you cunts." Like, oh, I wanted to cuss them out, call them out on their shit. I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? So I told my grandma what happened, and I told her that I wasn't going to go anymore. Just straight up. I was like, "Nope, not going. Just not going to happen. I'm not going to put up with that." So my grandma, at the time, we were shutting down that church and moving to a new location too. And unfortunately, there are clocks in churches. What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean by that. That's all. But yeah, we what was I saying? Yeah, the new building. that we were all going to be, oh, cliques. Yes, cliques. There are definite cliques in churches. It's stupid. It's like, I am a grown ass adult. I don't need to be in another high school experience. It's just not happening. So, um, my grandma told me that she was going to talk to a bunch of her friends about what happened to me. And apparently the lady that was the leader of that youth group, her mom got livid at her from what my grandma told her about how she treated me. So I was so happy to find out that like her mom reprimanded her so much to where she stopped going to church. Like not the mother, her daughter like stopped going to church because her mom just got so pissed at her and just yelled at her and made her feel like shit and everything. So she stopped going to church. And I don't know what happened to all those other girls. Like I never saw them again. Or if I did, I didn't recognize them because I didn't care. I don't even remember any of their names because they were just such piece of shit of human beings. But so yeah, yeah, karma, right? I I did not stay at the church even we were at the new location and there was a bunch of new people and everything. I still just didn't even stay for very long because ever since that moment, I just didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel happy. I didn't like it. I really did not enjoy it at all. I always felt like I had to look over my shoulder. And there were just so many people that were just nasty to me, even still, just because of who I was, because my brother was also kicked out of the same church. So ain't nobody got time to remember bitches' names. Yeah. Um, they still do that, especially the pastors make you feel bad. Yeah, seriously. They really do. They're just really nasty. And so after that, a couple years go by, and a friend of mine from elementary school that we were now in middle school, she finds this church called Central Christian Church. And she wanted me to go with her. She was like, it sounds like a really cool church. It's like really modern. It's not lame. It's really, really cool. You should go with me. So I do. I go with her and we ended up volunteering to be a part of everything in the church. Like I was a part of like help setting up the stage, help setting up lights. I even got to be a part of the tech crew. I got to help program lights and everything for their shows and performances and everything, their projectors. I was a part of it. Everything that had to do with their performances and everything. And I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun because I'm a nerd. That's what I like to do. So, I was a part of all of that. And then, anytime whenever I was down on the main floor, with everybody that was part of the worship and everything, they would always say, hey, if you have any questions about today's sermon or anything, please feel free to pull me aside and talk to me, come ask me. I'm here to talk to every single one of you if you'd like. All that stuff, like super nice people, right? So I do. I pulled a guy aside because his sermons were very contradicting yet again. And so like I would pull him aside and I was just like, hey, I just want to know like if it was something intentional, something maybe I missed. Tech team, yeah. I was definitely a part of the tech team. So yeah, I would just be like, I don't know if I like maybe I missed something or if I'm just not understanding the message or something, but I just noticed that like a lot of your sermons, they've been a little contradictory. Like you say this and then like moments later you say something else. I should have just kept my mouth shut, but I can't. It's just not in my nature. So, so the guy just kind of like he would every time whenever I brought it up to him, I was just like, so it happened again. I think I missed a point or something. And I would remember the entire sermon because I wanted to know, was it legit? Was it intentional? Was it not? Like, am I helping him by being like, hey, you contradicted yourself? And if like it be like, oh, you're right, I did. I should clarify that next time. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Like I just wanted to be helpful, and if I wasn't helpful, then I just wanted to know what I was missing as far as like information or whatnot. Yeah, like I just wanted the truth. Like I just wanted to know. So like I would do this like after every sermon to where like the guy stopped offering to talk to everybody afterwards. He stopped offering that, and he would just disappear immediately after his sermons. And then we spent a week in Riverside, California for a weekend Christian thing. And we stayed on this college campus and everything. And I'm not gonna lie, it was very brainwashing. We weren't allowed to go to sleep until around 11 o'clock at night. And then we were forced to wake up around 4 in the morning to go to the main hall to get breakfast. And then we had to immediately, like we had to be like at the first morning sermon by like 5:30 in the morning before the sun went up, because like they wanted us to watch the sunrise because it's a very godly experience and all this stuff. So we had to have our morning sermon at like 5:30 in the morning, and then we were sent off to go do our morning group things. And a lot of the times, like, I just couldn't wake up in the morning. I was so exhausted from the day before because we were also on this campus that was incredibly hilly. Like, I had rock hard calves by the end of the week. You could not even imagine. But I noticed these patterns of brainwashing techniques. They only gave us a very, very short time to eat. And if we didn't eat in that moment, we didn't eat for the day. I guess it's easy to brainwash a bunch of tired children going off only 5 hours of sleep. It is. It's a whole, like, you can even look it up. Like there's actual techniques into brainwashing people. And a lot of it is getting them fatigued, getting them hungry, getting them just worn out. Like, yeah, it's a whole process and everything. So like it was, and it was constant, like full day of activities every day, of going from one end to the campus to the other, which was like at least 3 miles of a walk that we were doing several times a day, going back and forth, back and forth. We barely had time to shower. Like all of us would end up showering at night before bed, which we were like freezing cold in the dorm rooms. We were not given any blankets or anything. We were like sleeping on these really horrible mattresses. It was just really piss poor conditions just everywhere. And so I maybe that's why you feel so emotional with the sermons. Maybe, but like I was just very alert at that time, especially because like I went to a Christian camp. Yeah. I wanted to experience it because I wanted to see for myself that it was a legit thing, that it wasn't meant for brainwashing or anything, that it was legit, that it was actually like getting people to really experience religion and belief and love and God's love and all that stuff. That's what I really wanted to see. But instead, all I saw was very militant attitudes towards everybody. And if anybody was suspected of being gay at any point in time, they were immediately on the next bus out to be shipped home. I kid you not. I kid you fucking not. It was insane. Like we all had to be like on our best behavior. We were not allowed to mess up. And it was just hardcore. And I did not like it at all. I was pissed like the entire time. And my parents gave me a cell phone. It was one of those track phones, and it was a Nokia that had Snake on it and everything. It was cool. It was my favorite. Anyway, so, and I had to hide that because they wouldn't let us use it. Yeah, oh, they were strict if you were gay at all. If they suspected any kind of homosexuality at all, even bisexual, you were immediately removed. So by the end of this week, like I was so happy I was able to get away with keeping my cell phone. Oh yeah. Oh, they would definitely, like, they wouldn't even make it to the camp. They would be kicked out before they could even get there. Now, mind you, this was Central Christian Church many, many years ago. As far as what I know, they're not like this anymore. But when I was there, they advertise themselves to be a very open, very understanding, very loving church that they loved without judgment. They advertised this, they promoted this. And then, like, you were evil if you were gay, you were evil if you did not love Jesus. I hated it. I was so angry all the time because my best friend was very gay and I had to help her hide it. I had to help her hide the fact that she was gay that entire week. And I had to cover for her all the time. People would ask me, they're like, is she gay? Your friend, like, it's okay if she is. And I would just be like, what? No. Where on earth would you get that idea? Like, she's not. Like, leave her alone. She's not gay. And then I would have to go tell her, like, dude, they're on to you. You need to be fucking careful. It still exists. They've actually expanded. They're like a chain. It is the weirdest thing. It's a church that's like chained out. Like they have multiple locations. They have like their own Bibles, their own everything. Like I don't know. It's very corporate to me. I'm just gonna say it. So anyway, um, yeah, so I would have to give her a heads up anytime that they would pull me aside and they would be like, is your friend gay? Like, you can tell us. It's okay. It's okay if your friend's gay. We won't judge her. I'm like, you're so full of shit. You would. Um, there's a documentary called Kidnapped for Christ where parents would allow their kids to be kidnapped and sent off to another country for months if they were gay or questioning your faith. Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, this is like where I grew a hatred for churches. For me personally. For other people, it's like to each their own. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. I just personally don't think I could ever go to church ever again because of this experience that I've grown up with. Because it gets better. There's another one. um, so yeah, by the time I really was just not having it with this church anymore, I was mainly going because I had a boyfriend that went there, and I had friends. I had many, many friends. Um, I would take you up on that, Manny, but I'm good. I'll pass. I'll pass. I got too big of a mouth. I'm sorry. I'm terrible at when it comes to being in a church setting. I'm awful. Um, and again, I mean, with reason that I just had a bad experience growing up, multiple bad experiences. Um, so I I received a call one day. It was a Wednesday, which there was Wednesday sermons. I remember it clearly. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I hope that wasn't too loud. Um, Anyway, vote for Sarah for president. Oh God, no. I would not want to run this country. I I would hit the reset button is what I do. Anyway, uh so um yeah, it was a Wednesday. I I got a call and it was from my friend Sarah. She had an H. So Sarah called and build the walls. No walls. God, we have too many walls in this country as is, like metaphorical mostly. But anyway, so Sarah called and my friend answered and so she was like, "Yeah, she's here. She's with me." And I look up because I knew they were talking about me. And she's like, and like she's on the phone talking to her, like, here, I'm gonna use this. So she's on the phone talking to her, and she's like, "Yeah, she's here with me." Really? Are you sure? Huh. Okay. I'll have you talk to her. So she hands me the phone. Sorry about that notification as well. I'm so sorry, guys. These kids across the street that I give them painting lessons to, they're bugging me right now, asking me to give them a painting lesson. I'm about ready to tell them no because they won't leave me alone. Uh, but anyway, so yeah, so she handed me the phone, and I was really nervous because, like, just the look on her face. I am so sorry, guys. I am so sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this because I'm going to. Anyway, so I hand she hands the phone to me. I bring it up, and Sarah tells me, "Don't come to church today." And I was just like, "Whoa, what?" She's like, "You were planning on going, right?" And I was like, "Yes, but why shouldn't I?" And she was like, "No, you should just never come back here." And I was just like, "Is everything okay? Did I upset you or something?" She's like, "No, I'm worried for you." And I was just like, "Wait, what's happening? What's going on?" And she told me that she walked into a room where there was all the pastors. They were all together, and they didn't see her walk in the room, and they were talking about me. And they were talking about how when I got there, they needed to pull me aside and get me in a room, which was a janitor's closet that they were talking about. And they were going to sit me down and not let me leave, listen to them reading Bible scriptures until I got it. She was like, "Sarah, I'm really worried. I'm really scared. Apparently, they don't like that you've been asking questions. They don't like that you've been talking the way that you talk. They don't like you. They are wanting to fix you." So I took that as my cue, and I did not go back ever. Every single person to this day that I have told that story to loves to tell me, especially people that go to that church still. They love to tell me, "That's not Central Christian Church. They would have never done that to you. That no, you must be confused because they don't do that." And I'm just like, "You can fucking leave and never talk to me again if that's how you feel, because that is exactly what happened." And they were like, "No, your friend was probably lying or something." And I was like, they hated me. They did not like me. Legally, they cannot do that. They'd be considered false imprisonment if they just to read Bible passages. Yeah, seriously. Like, I mean, the whole church is just fucking crazy. They're all crazy in this place, and I'm just like, oh, I'm just so glad I never went back. What was that, Manny? Ever Seek Disturbing Behavior? It's a movie about brainwashing with chips planted in them. No, I've never seen that. I that sounds really familiar though. I actually did have a dream one time where I had a chip in my arm or something, and I had to like hide it or something because I didn't want my chip to be red or something. I don't know. It was a weird dream, and it was a long time ago. I don't really remember it. But anyway, yeah. Then there was another church. It was actually before Central Christian. There was a church that I went to just for a wedding. It was just for a wedding. That was it, just for a wedding. And I don't even know whose wedding it was. It was my half sister that made me go with her and everything. And I there was like a bunch of things that were said during the wedding ceremony that I was really confused with. I was just like, that doesn't make any sense. So, me being me, I wanted to ask the pastor, why do you say those things? What is the importance? What's the significance? What does it mean? And he just patted me on the head and chuckled at me and said, "Don't ever come back here again." And he walked away. I was just like, my jaw was dropped, and my half sister looked at me and she was like, "What did you say to him? What did you do?" And I was just like, "All I did was ask a question." And she was like, "No, no." So there was another lady that I think, I can't remember her position, but she worked in the church, and she talked to the pastor or whoever it was that officiated the wedding. She talked to him, and then she went up to me and she was like, "What did you do? What did you say?" And I was just like, "I just asked a question. I just asked, what was the significance and what was the importance?" And she was just like, "Ah, yeah, I don't think you should ever come here again." And I was just like, "Oh my God, like, what is wrong with you people?" I was just like, "What the hell?" Like, I don't know. Is it just me? Is it like, I don't know. Am I just not likable? You guys can tell me. I'll take it. I think I had a dream where I had a chip implanted in my head, but I think it was shortly after seeing Doctor Who episode that deals with that. There you go. During my friend's wedding, the pastor went off on a tangent and I was rolling my eyes the entire time. Oh my God. See, I don't even know how I would handle myself in a church now after everything that I've been through with all that shit. Especially since like every time when it comes to Christians, Central Christian Church, especially, every time I talk about that, so many people that have gone to that church and do go to that church, they're so quick to defend it like a cult, It's just like, it's not fair, it's not right. And I'm just like, are they doing something there that's not legal or not right or something? Like, there's got to be something off. Something's got to be off. But anyway, yeah, I just had to share that because Manny and I have been talking all this morning and everything, and we brought it up in our conversation today where I talked about that I was kicked out of church, and I was like, you know what? I brought that up in a live stream before, and I promised that I was going to do a video talking about it, and I never did. So here's that video for you guys. So yeah, just weird things. Thank you, Manny. I don't know. There's been too many times where I've met people and they've just instantly hated me. Like I could feel it. Like they're just scowling at me and they just instantly hate me. So I don't know. I don't know if it's just me or whatnot, but anyway, yeah, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today and listening to my crazy ass story. I've so many times, like with school and with work, I would literally walk into a room and I would catch eyes with somebody that was just like, "I hate you because you exist." And I'm just like, "You got issues and I'm gonna avoid you." So, but yeah, I do have to get going, you guys, and I just wanted to jump on here and say hi and give the story time and everything and let you guys know that my Patreon is up. It is available. It's at patreon.com/Yinyangsara. You can find me there. And I do have tiers up and everything. And like I said, I'm going to add more stuff as time goes on. So don't just look at the packages now and be like, "Ooh, this is weird," or whatnot. Like I'm gonna add more stuff over time and everything. So I do have to get going. I'm sorry, you guys, because the kids across the street, they're driving me nuts. A girl I worked with a couple years ago absolutely hated me for absolutely no reason. Right? See, it's not just me. There's people out there that are just broken. I think they're just broken and they just have to hate someone to make themselves feel better. So, this world is a weird place. Anyway. I like I said, I gotta get going, you guys. I love you guys so much. Charlie, Manny, Brianna, everybody, I'm gonna see you guys on Discord. If there's anybody on here that wants access to the Discord, you gotta send me a request in like the DMs or something, and just gotta go over some rules with you beforehand. So anyway, yes, and love you guys so much. Yin Yang is a balance, and the balance lies within yourself. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, so I'm bringing up the subscribe and liking button. So Love you guys so much. I'll see you on the next one. There will be edited videos here soon. So yeah, I look forward to that. Bye, guys.